who didn't believe in this tariff regime. This term, his nearest advisors are more likely to actually believe in this. And I think that you should assume these tariffs aren't going away anytime soon.
No, that's certainly the impression we have here in Canada. Like you mentioned the 1930s and the Smoot-Hawley tariff regime that Herbert Hoover signed, a big part of the Great Depression. He's talking about the 1880s when tariffs were a primary source of revenue and the U.S. was rich, and this predates things like income tax. But he's tanking the markets. He's alienating his allies. You know, he's depressing global trade. He's probably going to drive up prices, and he's probably going to drive up unemployment and anger and frustration inside the United States. So what does he have to see? Like, how many times do you touch a hot stove before you stop touching the hot stove?
Look, this is the thing. I think many of us thought the markets, the financial markets would be the guardrail here. That nothing else would be the guardrail but the financial markets. But look, he does not, despite all the shiny metal object conversation about a third term, he is actually behaving as if he knows he's not going to meet the voters again. And so this is what I think makes him that much harder to predict and frankly harder to negotiate with, because I think he almost views this as kind of a Thelma and Louise moment. Hey, I'm going over the cliff. Yeah, I don't care. I'm done.
It feels like we're in that convertible with him, though, Chuck Todd. You know, like
well, I mean, and that's the way. And look, I'm sitting here. This couldn't be politically dumber. Like, there's no part of this that makes sense to me. It's the economy is going to tank. It's going to be stagnant at best. The irony here is that let's accept his premise that eventually this is going to regrow the American industrial base. We're talking a decade. But the fact of the matter is, this is the equivalent of 100 years ago, a